Welcome back. Last week was the Carson Wentz episode. Now, what's the GOAT episode? It's the Tom Brady ep, folks. It's episode 12, Thoughts and Friends podcast, week 3 preview.
What episode you call this really says a lot about you as an NFL fan, as probably as a person. Could be a Rodgers, could be a Brady guy.
The Colt McCoy episode.
The Colt McCoy. There's a lot of 12s. Don't get me wrong. We don't have to jump straight to
The
Tom.
Seattle Seahawks fan episode.
Yeah.
The Dwight Howard episode. How about that?
There we go. Any other basketball? This is your thing.
12. Who was 12?
Any baseball? Come on, Mr. Jersey number.
No, I think it's a pretty big quarterback number, though.
Yeah, we'll go with Tom.
Yeah, Tom's probably the play there. Yeah. Hope you liked the last pod. Hope you're. I'm glad you're joining us. I'm glad
Welcome
you're here.
in. Before we get started, drop a like on the episode. Drop a 5 stars on Apple. Do you know 70% of our audience is on Spotify? I don't use Spotify. I didn't know
Spotify gang, stand up.
I didn't know most people did. What do you do on Spotify to show the love? What do you do?
I really don't know.
That's bad.
Let's look.
That's bad. Whatever you do on that, do that.
Yeah, get it going.
Better yet, say, hey, friend, here's this thing that I listen to.
Your friend's like, you listen to any podcasts you like? I'm a big fan of like sports and guys that are just really hot and banter.
Hey, you heard about this thing?
You heard about they're two guys.
You guys heard about this? These podcasts?
They sit at a dinner table and they do a little football. They kind of just talk about whatever.
Am I late to the podcast thing? They just listen to them talk.
Yeah.
It's a wild ride.
Yeah.
But tell a friend. Why not? Like the episode. Go to our YouTube channel. You can see our pretty faces if you're an audio-only gang. Check us out. Awesome, in my opinion, humble opinion, awesome intro coming for the YouTube crowd for our YouTube video. The audio crowd will hear the intro music, but we have a nice little video montage. Don't want to tease too much, but
musician friend, producer B-Nap on the beat.
Yeah,
shout out to him.
It's really cool.
Salute.
You'll see it soon. We're
big things coming. Yeah, I don't really know. I don't really know that there's a way to like comment on Spotify.
No, I mean just like, or I guess follow.
Like it, follow it.
There you go.
Share the social media stuff. Get it out there. Do you want us to make more podcasts? Do you want us to make better podcasts? Share it with your friends.
At TNF Productions on Twitter.
At TNF Productions on Twitter. If you're watching this on YouTube, all the links are in the description. If you found us on Instagram or on Twitter, the links are in the description to all the stuff.
Links are great.
Follow all the stuff. Interact with all the stuff. Do all the stuff. Now let's get into the podcast. First, I got a trivia question for you, Wes.
Lay it on me.
Last episode, we have had a lot of talk. The whole NFL media landscape's had a lot of talk about rookie quarterbacks. Mm-hmm. Do you know who the last first-round quarterback to win a playoff game as a rookie was? Last rookie who was selected in the first round to win a playoff game. Fun fact, this quarterback won 2 playoff games.
In their rookie year.
In their rookie season as a first-round selected quarterback. Who was the last one to win a playoff game?
He was in the first round.
Played in the conference title game as a rookie quarterback.
What conference title game?
The AFC side.
I don't know.
You want me to just tell you, or do you want me to give you hints?
If I could go through each team, I could probably get it. I'll talk into the mic now. I could maybe get it, but for the sake of time.
They're a media personality now, or at least they were. They were on television.
I don't know. We'll pause for those at home if you want to take some time.
Any guesses?
Pause the podcast and give it a thought.
AFC quarterback. It was over a decade ago.
I was going to say, how long ago was it? I'm thinking more like the last 10, but yeah, I don't know.
Mark Sanchez. Mark the Sanchez. 2009.
JETS.
Got a dub over the Bengals and the Chargers. Lost to Peyton and the boys and the Colts.
Oh, yeah, I remember
the AFC title.
I remember that Chargers game a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where was he? What pick was he?
Somewhere in like the top 15. I remember the Jets traded up super high to pick him, so that was part of the reason why. If team trades up, usually they're decent, but
true. Yeah, that's a good point.
Doubtful.
Now he's just butt fumble guy, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
Hey, good question. Nice. Well done.
Hey, if you got that one at home,
pats on back.
Leave us a comment. Let us know you got it. Say, Mark Sanchez.
The Sanchez.
Drop a GIF of the butt fumble on Twitter if you got that right. And even if you didn't, do it anyway.
Yeah, we'd love to see him. A bit of a humbling week for the boys, I suppose.
We did bad.
Under 500 slightly. We've now.
That's bad for us. We're sharps.
Yeah, we're sharp as hell. We've now season total goes to 500 for myself. You're one game under. After a winning first week, evened out second week, and we're back for week 3. You know, it's time to get back in the right column.
Yeah, time to kill your bookmakers, folks, and we're going to help you out.
A lot of so Thursday we were on Washington, lost by a point. Last second field goal. Rams lost by a half point. But you know we could do it. You can do it both ways. It's 7-9 for me, 6-10 for yourself. And around 500 for the season. And on to week 3. We're a forward-thinking pod, you know?
At some point, we should decide a victory or a punishment for whoever wins or loses this at the end of the year.
This is over. I'm up a game.
We'll brainstorm that off pod, and we'll bring it to you. Again, if you got any ideas for some punishments, drop them on the social medias. Drop them in the comments of this video.
What a great thing
we'll
to go
check
to Twitter
them out.
to do.
Good thing. Twitter, interact with people. Say, hey,
for.
do. Little Instagram comment, little tweet, little reply to our story, little something. I don't know, a little interaction. Wouldn't kill you.
Wouldn't kill you.
Wouldn't kill you.
That's all I'm saying. Wouldn't kill you.
Trying to get this thing off the ground, huh? Okay. Let's get into the games.
Let's do Thursday night. Carolina -8 at Houston. Houston is going to be starting Davis Mills.
Yuck! We got our first big poopy stinky Thursday night football game of the year, folks.
Yeah, my Panthers.
Your Panthers.
Every podcast we have to.
Can we get the meow? Yeah, there it is.
For the kitty cats, the Panthers 2-0. Houston. I mean, when Tyrod's been in, they've been fighting. Give them credit. They look
feisty.
Fine. Just a feisty bunch. Now, when they're like 0-6, are they going to have that same fight?
2-0 against the spread, the Texans.
We won't know. Hey, good teams win. Great teams cover. And they're 2-0 against the spread. It's another big number. They're going to get plus numbers all year. They're going to be huge. -8. It's Davis Mills. If it was Tyrod, obviously it wouldn't be this number, but I think you would take them at home. But yikes. Davis Mills threw like 2 passes, and one of them got picked.
Rookie quarterback. Bad rookie quarterback on top of that. Not a blue chipper by any stretch.
Number 1 player in his high school class. People forget that. Went to Stanford.
He was a Cardinal. So he's a fucking nerd.
Yeah,
So that's no good. That's gonna be an L. I like the Panthers here. I think Davis Mills is going to be a disaster. I think they struggle mightily to move the ball. Folks, I like your Cats.
Folks, I got news for you. The Panthers are a wagon.
I like your blue and black.
They're good in the secondary. They can pressure the quarterback with 4. They've got speed at linebacker. They have an excellent coach. They have a decent quarterback. And good skill players. Best running back in the league, some would say.
Certainly the most versatile running back in the league.
I'm running out of positions, then we're still talking about good players. So maybe they're just a good team.
Yeah, well, they've played the Jets, they've played Houston. We'll see when, and we don't know about New Orleans.
They haven't played Houston.
Well,
they're playing Houston now.
This will be
New Orleans, who everyone was right up their ass after week 1, and they demolished them.
Transitive property.
Best team in the league.
Panthers are the best team in the NFC, I think.
I think so.
Better than the Saints, better than the Packers.
Been saying it. Meow. I'm taking the Panthers.
Yeah, I'm with you. It's too many points. Too many points. Next game we're going to bump to the football team at Buffalo. Does this number seem
a
little high?
Buffalo gets right against Miami, absolutely kicks the shit out of them. 35-0, injures Tua in the process. Washington, What did they do? Oh, they won
beat
in
the
it
Giants
on Thursday. Yeah, so extra rest, extended rest, extra time to prep for Washington. Won at the buzzer. Were you about to say this seems low?
No, I think the number seems too big.
Me too.
Washington's front has not been as imposing as they've been sold as. They've not been very good the first 2 weeks.
I'm happy you brought that up. Watching hand in the dirt takes here. Watching Thursday night primetime game. I obviously watched every play. Football guy. Their front is their best unit, and they should try to get pressure with 4. But they just play so soft in the secondary. They just allow little hitch route, little 6-yard hitches. They can't get home. I mean, Chase Young is a cyborg. He's a mutant, but he can't get home in half a second. Like he dusts every tackle he faces. But if you're just going to give him Sterling Shepard a little 6-yard hitch, I mean, I think you got to take more chances in the secondary and play to your strength of getting to the quarterback with 4, in my opinion.
Little press, little man coverage, little guy on a guy.
I'm just some idiot talking into a mic, though.
Yeah.
They're coaching in the NFL. They know what they're doing, but they just seem to play so soft, and it negates their biggest strength. I mean, you can't get home that quick. Just my thought.
Yeah, we've been sold that they were going to be this monstrous team that was ripping quarterbacks in half and burning them at the stake at the 50-yard line all season. So far, they haven't shown that, so maybe that's why this number is what it is. Obviously, Buffalo kicked the ever-living shit out of the Dolphins last week.
Murdered them.
A game that was, a 3-point spread. They beat them 35-0, which is difficult to do in the NFL.
Imagine holding an NFL team to 0 points in 2021.
Tough.
Just a truly abysmal offensive performance.
I
think it's too big, too, though.
It is, which makes me want to take Buffalo almost. Heineke stinks. I think a lot of people talk about...
He made one bad play.
He stinks.
You don't love him going on the road to the route.
No,
though.
he's not good.
He's not good, but I don't think he's awful. He's not.
But
he's not Davis Mills. He's not like just like Jacob Eason, who we'll get to later. He's not like a total nightmare. Like he's competent. He's got enough self-confidence to make plays. He does get him in trouble.
That's the problem. He has too much self-confidence.
Gets him in trouble sometimes.
He's Taylor Heineke, but he thinks he's Brett Favre, and he doesn't have
squint.
it. He
just
doesn't
squint
have
a
it
little
like
bit.
that.
Just squint.
Yeah.
I think it's 70 points. Good defense. 2 good defenses. I think it's low scoring. The total's only 45. I think it's low scoring. I'll take the 6.5. I think it's too many.
I'm going to say that Vegas is right, and I'm going to take Buffalo here against my better judgment, against my instincts. I'm going to take the Bills just because it seems so weird and so strange. I don't know. Maybe I'm psyching myself out, but I'm going to take Buffalo here. They looked incredible last week. I think maybe they keep it going. I just really see Taylor Heineke struggling a lot in this game.
You're probably right, but I'll stick with Washington. We'll move to Arizona. Lane, 7 points on the road against Jacksonville. Total is 52 in this game. Jacksonville's been a giant yikes.
Arizona. Pumping. They're gonna keep getting pumped because they're a shitty ass team.
This seems so fishy.
Arizona.
Here we go.
Arizona.
Is it because of Heineke? Why is this 7 and the last game 6.5?
8.5.
Is that what it?
Unless you sent me the wrong
number.
number.
It is 8.5. My bad. Yeah, 8.5 for the Washington at Buffalo. I said 6.5. Why is it? I just don't. I think they're going to beat them by 100.
I mean, they're on the road, I guess. Whereas
Right.
Buffalo's at home.
No, I said so is right. Yeah, that's true.
Buffalo's at home. Arizona's on the road. I guess
I guess
that would probably be the difference.
Yeah, it'd be probably similar. I guess if they were home too.
Um,
Jacksonville stinks. I don't know. We don't have to spend a lot of time on it.
No, they suck. Arizona's going to kill them. They're going to pound them. They're going to
not good. I saw a stat today on Twitter. He's thrown the most uncatchable passes in the league. He's like one of the lowest graded Pro Football Focus grades in the entire year. So
let's get that going. Trevor Lawrence fucking stinks. Let's dig into that
entire year. It's been 2 games, but
he stinks. The guy sucks. He's a bust.
He's thrown 5 picks. I mean, he hasn't been good.
I mean, let's get it going. Him and Zach Wilson have basically had about this pretty similar performance.
It hasn't been
Deep
good.
state NFL? Are they're trying to protect their golden boy, or is the NFL media trying to hide the fact that Trevor Lawrence is a giant fraud? Do we have a giant conspiracy on our hands? Do we have some anti-Mormon conspiracy on our hands? Some deep state Christian brainwash going on in the NFL?
We might.
Trevor Lawrence, he's a big man of God. It makes you think.
Yeah, why are we protecting him?
I don't know.
He's thrown 5
Him and
picks
Wilson
too.
have played, similar levels of football. I only hear one of them is shitty, though.
It's true. I mean, I don't want to be that guy. He's been bad.
It
is what it is.
My tinfoil hat's on there. I don't know.
That's very.
In all honesty, Trevor Lawrence is probably just going to be sick, and Zach Wilson played at BYU, so people have some questions. Whereas Trevor Lawrence won he won a national title and played in a couple, and he's proven that he's a good player.
Has been bad though. It's not. He has been bad.
Yep, he's had a bad 2 weeks, much like every rookie quarterback that's ever played, I would imagine.
Yeah, but anyways, Arizona's going to pump.
They're going to pummel him. We're not going to spend too much time on that one.
Arizona.
I kind of like the over in that game as well, 52 points.
Sure.
Arizona's defense is not super special, and I foresee him winning by 2 touchdowns. So
I will say, to that point, Jacksonville, when they're behind, willing to let it rip. They'll let that thing sing. So they'll keep throwing it.
Next game, an interesting one. 2 teams that I think everyone's still trying to get a read on, everyone trying to figure out. The vaunted matchup, 2 of the great football minds of our time, Jameis Winston versus Bill Belichick.
I didn't know if you. Yeah.
You thought I was gonna? Who else?
Yeah. No. It's him.
No.
Rob Ryan. Is he still there?
No, he is with Baltimore now. I saw him on the sideline, and
are you serious?
he's Baltimore's DC now. Yeah, he's.
I thought he was like in a studio or some.
No, are you thinking Rex Ryan or Rob Ryan? Rob Ryan's the long hair.
Oh yeah, I did get him mixed up. Rex is
Rex,
in a studio.
I guess is still at ESPN.
Talking feet pics from people on Twitter.
Yeah, no, his wife, dude. He's a committed foot fetish relationship with his wife.
Okay.
Rob Ryan with the long hair.
Yeah.
This was very funny. During the broadcast that Sunday night, they cut to him on the sideline, and Al Michaels literally laughed out loud. They just showed him. Al Michaels just laughed out loud, and I couldn't have related to Al Michaels more in my entire life.
Oh man.
I mean,
why does that guy have jobs? He just exclusively shit defense.
He just beat Patrick Mahomes, dude. Look it up.
Whatever. Yeah,
anyway, we got off track a little bit there. Here's the game. New Orleans at New England. New England, 3-point favorite. The total, 42 points. Wes, what do you think?
New England. I think it's New England. They are a 3-point favorite at home, standard 3-point favorite at home. I think the defense is going to give Jameis problems again. I mean, you just can't take the Jameis out of Jameis. I think he's going to Jameis all over us and all over that field in Foxborough. I don't think there's no coach advantage. Sean Payton can't out-coach Bill Bell. He's not going to out-prepare him. I don't think there's any advantage there. I think New England's defense is similar to Carolina, one of their strengths. Mac Jones thus far has not made the big mistake. The only reason that they lost in week 1 is because they fumbled away their game-winning field goal. I think he'll game manage their way to a win.
There's no more futile thing in the NFL than trying to predict which version of Jameis Winston we're going to get any given week at any given time.
Flip that coin, baby. Any given play.
Any given play. Whoa, I just got really bad deja vu, which
Really?
is indicative of the Jameis Winston experience every week of his entire
deja
career.
Vu of many, many weeks.
Yeah, I feel like I've said this about Jameis Winston probably a million times in my life. Yeah, I'll take the safe pick here. I do think there is an outside chance that New Orleans comes in and has too much juice just 'cause New England's defense is so methodical and so devoid of explosiveness that if they get we haven't seen New England play from behind yet. I would be very interested to see how they look trying to come back. But going to play it safe here. Going to go New England, but I don't love it. I just have a sneaking suspicion about New Orleans in this game.
I mean, you could say the same. Sorry, I was recording our picks. You could say the same just methodical nature of the New Orleans Saints. I mean, their skill players are very, very. I mean, everyone was hyped up about Marquez Callaway in the preseason. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously
you're right.
they have the player in Kamara in the game, But
maybe I'm just stuck on New Orleans teams of old.
I think
you're probably right there. Yeah, New England's probably the play.
They have the player in Kamara, but you could argue that there's no advantage anywhere else. I mean,
Okay.
They're Adam Troutman, Marquez Callaway, Traquan Smith. I mean,
who's the little small guy that's really fast?
Smallman?
Deontay Harris.
Oh, yeah. He returns punts, I think. I don't know.
He catches like 2 passes a game.
He runs around, water bugs around. Yeah, so I don't think that. I mean, they have, I don't know if Hunter Henry's playing. I don't think so, but they have Jonnu Smith. They have Nelson Aguilar, Jacoby Myers. I mean, I think they're player for player on offense. The offensive side is fairly similar and not enough to give an advantage to one side or the other. So I'll take New England there. Don't hate that. I might end up betting that. We'll move to the next game, Baltimore, with a huge win against Kansas City. They are -8 hosting Detroit, who lost to Green Bay on Monday night, so a short week for them. Again, hey, Detroit, fighting hard. Houston, Detroit, these shitty, they're fighting, they're playing hard.
Got away from them last.
Yeah,
got away from them on
score
Monday.
Single point Monday night in the second
half. Yeah, got away from them.
Had the lead at halftime and then lost like 35-17.
Yeah,
it got ugly.
I think Baltimore's going to absolutely kill them. I don't see
there is
no worse
team.
There's no worse team on a short week with tired legs to play than trying to get a hand on Lamar Jackson. I think Baltimore goes in there and takes care of business. Baltimore's riding as high as they'll ever ride, probably. They just killed the boogeyman. They think they're Superman. They think they're invincible. Right. Give me Baltimore.
I mean, talk about one of the biggest morale boosts you can get is, I mean, Jackson was 0-3 against the Chiefs and just couldn't figure him out and had to this point, his best half of his career maybe in the second half against Kansas City. I'm sure there's statistically you could point to some other halves, but as far as important for morale, important for the team. I think it was a big monkey to get off the back, beating Kansas City in a primetime game.
We did redid our top 10s today. Is Lamar? He has to be, dude. He's has on the to
fringe.
Be.
He's not, but I still don't think he can throw to the boundary in big spots. So I
mean, but you got to think the guys you had at like 9 and 10. I don't remember who you had at 9 and 10. I know you had Herbert in there. He's got to be ahead of Herbert at this point. He just has to be.
He can throw
to the other team. I mean, so can Jameis. Jameis has got a cannon for an arm.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you'd put him in there, but I don't know. I don't want to overreact to.
He's got
1 week.
I think it's egregious not to have him in your top 10. I think it's egregious. We both like Baltimore. Not that much to say about this game. Detroit stinks. They stink. The number's about right. Baltimore's going to pound them.
Yeah, I think they run it like 50 times. And
just
down their face.
Lamar going to have a big day probably.
A lot of big numbers this week, I've noted. Especially early on, first half of these games. A lot of big numbers. Quick pause. Had to restart the camera. We will pick it back up. Chicago goes to Cleveland. Chicago got their first win against Cincinnati in week 2. Cleveland hung on to win against Houston. They didn't cover. They ended up winning by 10 points, I believe. The battle of the injured quarterbacks in this game. Baker, I think, is fine. He was injured, was able to stay in the game, hurt his shoulder, I believe.
Dislocated a shoulder, popped it right back in, easy peasy.
Casual.
Kind of like the who's the tight end in Friday Night Lights, the movie, state title game. He pops his shoulder back in.
I have a confession to make.
You've never seen Friday Night Lights, the movie?
No.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm not.
I need a new co-host.
I've never seen
what
Friday
the
Night Lights. I get it. I know what happens.
You just said a water bug reference earlier. You don't have that as your point of reference for that?
No.
One of the Oh wait, no, that's I'm thinking of a different movie. That's Remember the Titans. My bad. Right?
Is it? I don't think so. I've seen that. I don't think so.
No, it is Friday Night Lights. It is Friday Night Lights.
Not my reference.
Booby Miles, water bug. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Water bug.
Anyway.
Wow. Okay. On the podcast, we're going to do a review. We're going to watch it, and we're going to talk about it. That's egregious.
That's great.
Unacceptable. If you remember that character's name, I'm not going to look it up. The tight end, the dad, tapes the ball to his hands, throws his state title out of the fucking car. He's a drunk.
I have seen the...
Let me know.
the Texas high school football TV show Friday Night Lights.
Yeah, you got to at least be 1 for 2, or else you can't be on the show.
Fired. Anyway, shut up.
I'm not going to be able to recover.
Won't be joining us this weekend, I don't believe. I think Fields is going to start, and I think that probably tips it for me. Even if Cleveland does control the game and they're ahead, I think the running ability of Fields and his dynamic ability can, at worst, give me a chance at a backdoor cover type of situation. I'll take the Bears in the 7. It seems like too many points.
I agree. I think Cleveland, Landry is hurt. Odell will probably be coming back this week. I think the rhythm will be a little bit off to start. I think it will take maybe a half for Cleveland to really hit their stride. So I think based on that, Chicago's going to be able to keep it close, barring some catastrophic rookie quarterback shenanigans from Fields.
Right.
As long as he doesn't turn the ball over, I think it stays within a touchdown. I, too, like the Bears here. The defense looked very good last week. Granted, not against the best opponent. But, yeah, I like Chicago.
Yeah, and I think that's a good point that you bring up about the uneven offense. I think Odell's reps have been limited in the preseason. This will be his first game. Landry's out. I mean, you can only rely on Kadarrell Hodge and Demetric Felton and the boys for
Austin
so much.
Hooper, baby.
I think they probably run it a lot, maybe a lower scoring game. I'll take 7's a pretty big number in a low scoring game.
Yeah, here's my thing. If you're going to bet Cleveland, I would also bet the over, because if they win by 7, it's for sure going over 46.5 in my mind.
Yeah, that's a good point. And you could see a really energized Bears team if they get their guy on the field. If Justin Fields is out there, the defense could be buzzing around. I mean, it could be not a new lease on the season because it's so early, but a real jump start to vibes with the boys. I think everyone knows he's the guy, and if he's in there, I think it could be a bit of a jolt. I might, if Fields is named the starter, might do a little sprinkling. I do love the Browns as a roster, as a team, but in that first game, the boys might come out buzzing. Maybe first half.
Yeah, Chicago first half I don't hate. I don't.
It would be a tough ask. It would be a tough ask.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be a big number for a reason. The odds will be.
Yeah, it would definitely be a tough ask.
It will be a literal gamble.
Right. But I will take +7 for the show for the Chicago Bears. We will go to Cincinnati at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is a 4-point favorite at home. Cincinnati off a loss on the road against Chicago. Pittsburgh at home lost to the Raiders. We'll get to the Raiders, but not the worst loss. I mean, we think the Raiders might be pretty legit.
No, I think the Raiders are good. I legitimately like the Raiders as a team. I think they have a well-constructed roster. I wish they had a different coach. I think John Gruden's a bit of a clown. As much as he makes for excellent content and excellent gaffes and jokes and hee-hee-ha-has.
He's a 2-0 clown.
Yeah, he is. But I really like basically every unit of their team. I think they've got good pass catchers. I think the running backs are not great, but okay. The O-line is fine. The defense has looked incredible through the first 2 weeks.
They've been impressive.
But enough Vegas Raiders talk. We're talking about Pittsburgh here.
We say all that to say that it's not the worst loss in the world in our opinion. Basically.
No, yeah, I got sidetracked. We're talking about Pittsburgh, Cincinnati here. So 44 points is the total here. I think as we saw last week, Pittsburgh is going to need to win low-scoring games based on just what Ben's got left, which seems to be basically nothing.
He's also banged up, but he's kind of just lives banged up.
Yeah,
he looks like he's...
Guy came out of the womb questionable.
Banged up.
Day to day.
Yeah, he's with an ice pack.
Mm-hmm.
Right, I don't even know what the injury is. He's hobbled, though.
Woke up.
Yeah.
Big Ben exists. Injury report.
So, and also, I think we're both kind of trending towards Cincinnati here. It seems like too high.
Yeah,
in division.
They've looked.
Boy, their line sucks.
Yeah,
so bad.
their line sucks really bad. I like Pittsburgh here. I think Burrow's gonna be running for his life the entire game. I think it's gonna be a very ugly, disgusting game, and I think Pittsburgh is gonna win.
Deontay Johnson did get injured at the end of that game on a meaningless play, so they might be without him on offense. Ben's banged up. They also have a bad offensive line.
Pittsburgh's got a better defense. TJ Watt's
is
out.
banged up. Is he out? Or?
I don't know.
That would help a lot if he wasn't playing. That would help a ton. I'm going to go with Cincinnati here. I don't love it, though, but it is in division in hopefully a low-scoring game, and I'll take the points in that spot, I think. Don't love it, though. You're going to stick with Pittsburgh?
I like the Steelers there.
Okay. Fair enough. Next game, Chargers at Kansas City. Kansas City is a 6.5-point favorite at home. Chargers off a home loss against the Cowboys. Kansas City lost to the Ravens on Sunday night. 6.5. Haven't been reading the totals for these games. The total in this game is surely fairly high.
55.5.
55.5. High-scoring game. Projected.
We saw that last week with the Chargers game. It turned out to be a big, stinky, poopy pile of a football game.
Oh, my God. We'll get to maybe that. We can talk about it now. So many flags. Like,
yeah.
I saw someone say they should they should make prisoners watch that game, bet on the over and watch that game with all those, like, just huge play after huge play called back with procedure penalties and holdings. It was just a ref show. It was a nightmare.
It was brutal. Yeah, the football it's a little sloppy at the beginning of the year because none of these guys play in the preseason really. So we've kind of come to expect that.
Fuck it, don't call it. Who cares?
Yeah,
Let the boys.
Oh, they held him. I don't give a fuck. That's his problem, not mine. Who gives a shit?
Hold him back.
Illegal formation. Who cares? Who gives a shit?
They're having fun.
Oh, this guy's lined up 6 inches too far forward. Oh, my God. What is the defense going to do? Get off it, zebras. Fucking hell.
I'm tired of it.
Anyway, I think Kansas City's going to beat the fucking dog shit out of the Chargers here.
Really?
I think they're pissed off. I think they're going to beat the shit out of them. Chargers haven't looked impressive to me. I've not been impressed with their showing either week of this season so far. Kansas City beats the brakes off of them, handles them. I also like the over. Casey's putting up 40.
40?
They're going to put up 40 plus.
Well, they almost put up 40 last week and still lost. Their defense kind of stinks.
It didn't look very good.
Matthew helps. It looks like they're awful against the run. I mean, the Ravens make everybody look bad against the run. I'm going to hold my nose and take the Chargers. They were last year one of the Chiefs' only losses. One of the few teams to beat the Chiefs last year. I think the Chargers have looked okay. I'm gonna go with the Chargers. Too many points. We've seen time and time again the last couple of years the Chiefs do enough to win and not enough to cover. I will back that trend to continue in this spot. I'll take the Chargers.
Killing them. 40.
What's the next game?
We got Atlanta at New York in one of the stinkiest games of the week.
PU.
America's game of the week. Opposite day edition. Am I right?
Paz not.
Yeah. Do we even have to talk about this game? I don't know. What's better, syphilis or gonorrhea?
I'm taking the points. I mean,
yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, the Giants are better.
No,
we went over this on the 0-2 rankings. Giants are at home. Giants are probably a better team. Giants have a little bit more toughness, intestinal fortitude.
You might be right. I'm holding my nose, buying low on the Falcons. I'll take +3.
Huh.
Gross.
Explain. Because there's no game I could be more easily swayed
Just
on.
floating in the wind.
Just blow me one way or the
Here's
other.
the
I'll be
thing.
like, yeah, sure, whatever.
I think they're similar teams. I just don't think there's a lot in either of them. I didn't think Atlanta looked off. So that was a 3-point game fairly late against Tampa. I thought they fought fairly well.
Yeah, it got a little – the turnovers were a little
wonky.
weird.
Maybe back-to-back plays were pick sixes by the same guy.
Both on like tipped passes or he was hit as he threw.
It got ugly quick. I think that score is not indicative of that game, personally. I will take Atlanta. I think they're better than they've shown. what am I doing? How many times do I have to do this with the Atlanta fucking Falcons? I've done it for like 3 years. Like
since they made the Super Bowl. Ever since.
Like,
You're just
dude.
the Falcons are pretty good. No, they're not. They fucking suck. Stop it.
I think
Bad. Don't bet on the Falcons.
at the same time, the Giants have the most losses in the NFL in the past 5 years. They've started 0-2 5 years in a row.
Yeah.
Kick them off the tour. I'll take the +3. I hate it. I will not watch a second of this game.
If I had a coin, I would just flip a coin right now, honestly. I'll just tell you. Let's go Falcons, baby. Dirty Birds. I say that to say that. I'm on the Falcons. Oh, this is why we are not good at this.
To a game I kind of like. Indy.
Yeah, a little division matchup.
Indy at Tennessee, -5.5. Tennessee's -5.5 at home off a heroic last-second comeback victory over the Seahawks on the road last week. I think we found it. Derrick Henry was a madman. I think we found it. Carson Wentz, double ankle sprain. If it's Jacob Eason, he's
Bet Tennessee -1,000.
awful.
He's a big stinky boy.
Awful.
Big stinky poopy boy.
Trash can.
Total is 48 in this game. To me, this number suggests that it will be Eason, or is this just suggesting that Indy's 0-2?
Or that Wentz is banged up. I'll take either. I don't even care. I'll take either at 5.5. If Wentz is banged up and can't move, I'll take either. I'll take him or Jacob Eason. Don't care. I think they pump them.
I agree with you. I will say this. Obviously, I had Indy as the best 0-2 team, and I think they have not looked bad, really, the first 2 weeks. They've looked fine.
True.
They've looked okay. They've looked competitive.
Yeah, right. Who did they lose to week 1?
They lost to the Seahawks in a game that was like a one-score game. They ended up losing by like 18 points.
Transitive property.
Yeah.
We're not. Joke.
Yeah.
Not doing that.
Say that to say that the quarterback position's very important. They're not going to have one. Tennessee, Derrick Henry, he went into Seattle, pulled a beast mode, put the team on his back door. Hold my dick. And, he went out there and he did his thing. I think he's going to go out there at home. Is this Tennessee's first? Nope. They played Tennessee, or they played Arizona at home. I think they right the ship here. They get to 2-1. Vrabel and the boys. I like the Titans.
Agree. Miami at Las Vegas. Las Vegas is a 3.5-point favorite. This line suggests to me that Tua is going to be playing. Has to be. He escaped broken ribs. I think it's just about pain tolerance, according to the internet. And he can play if he can play. 3.5. It has to be Tua. Like Brissett. What would the number be if it was Brissett? Go ahead. Fire off this hot take.
How much better is Tua than Jacoby Brissett, really?
He's better. Come on.
Based on what? What have we really seen from Tua as an NFL player that suggests that he's leaps and bounds better than Jacoby Brissett?
Beat the Patriots on the road in week 1. Had a pretty solid preseason.
Rookie quarterback.
You mean Mac Jones?
Mm-hmm.
On the road. Bill Belichick on the road. Pretty good defense. Pretty good preseason. Flashed a few games last year, but mostly bad.
Look, I do think Tua is better, but I don't think the gap is massive. I don't think the team
I didn't gasp
is
when you
much
said that.
better or drops off that much based on who's playing. I love the Raiders in this spot. The Raiders at home, they're going to get the Death Star pumping. It's going to be loud in there. Tua, if he plays, is going to be a little hesitant, I think. He's going to be, thinking twice about Max Crosby coming off his blind side. We'll see the pain tolerance, and Max Crosby, Goldberg spears him into the turf because it's going to happen. I love the Raiders in this spot. I think 3.5 is too low. The Raiders are getting disrespected. Raiders.
In consideration for my lock of the week.
Same.
Love the Raiders. I've been so impressed with pretty much every facet of the game. Been very impressed with Derek Carr, very impressed with their defense. We've said it a million times. I think they're just good. So many times the past few years they've got off to good starts, rowdy crowds at home, and they kind of will themselves to a win. I think this one might be for real. Charlie Brown me once, Charlie Brown me twice. Don't rip that football away from me again, Raiders. I think you're good.
John,
don't you pull that football.
Hey, man, go out there, just win the game, man. Spider 2, I banana, draw it up out there, man. Let's get it done here, man. What do you say, man? I'm down, man.
Jets at Broncos. Broncos are 11-point favorites. The Jets stink. Broncos will look very good. Need I say more? Is this
this has been the
Huge.
Brody Ben. This has been the Brody Ben special first 2 weeks. I have bet Denver points and the under same game parlay 2 weeks in a row. It has hit 2 weeks in a row. I will be riding it 3 weeks in a row.
You're gonna
Denver -11, under 41. It sounds terrible, but I can't get off it until it loses. Follow me, folks. Do it. Denver -11, under 41 points. Let's get after it.
So you're saying the Jets are going to score like 10 points or so?
Yep. Is there anything that the Jets offense has shown you that they're going to light the world on fire?
No, they're quite bad. They've been very bad.
This is the biggest spread of the week, and I could see this as my lock of the week, honestly. I mean, I'm not going to pick
It's
it.
so many points.
Boy, does Zach Wilson fucking stink. Like, why is this 11? And, well, I guess, yeah, Denver's at home. And then why is Arizona only 7-point favorites against Jacksonville? That makes no sense to me. Makes no sense.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I assume they're just on the road, I guess. Yeah.
Give me the Broncos. Nay. Buckham. John Elway. Mile High. Colorado Rockies.
Anything else?
Nikola Jokic.
I was a huge Terrell Davis fan when I was younger.
Dude had migraines. People forget that.
That's tough. Never had one. Heard they're hell.
Yeah, you did the salute when he scored.
I'll take the Broncos too, just because.
Ride with me, folks. Denver -11,
Ride with
under
them.
41.
Ride with
same
them.
game parlay.
Do it.
Lock it in. Free money.
Responsibly. Seattle -2 at Minnesota. Minnesota 0-2. They lost last week because they shanked a 36-yard field goal.
Yep, they are 0-2.
0-2. Seattle I got to think a very disappointing loss. They controlled most of that game against the Titans. Lost in overtime.
Minnesota losing a field goal both weeks.
Who'd they play week 1?
They lost for sure week 1. They lost Cincinnati on a field goal week 1 for
They
sure.
did in overtime, and yeah, they lost. Well,
Matt Prater hit like a bazillion-yard field goal, right?
No, they had the ball and missed like a 37-yard field goal.
But then how did Arizona score? I thought they kicked a
That
field
was
goal.
to end the game. Their missed field goal. Arizona might have kicked one to go ahead with like 2-3 minutes left.
Oh.
He did kick a bomb, I think maybe at the end of the half, like 62 yards.
Yeah, I don't remember.
But yeah, no, the Minnesota had the ball with a 37-yard field goal with no time on the clock to win and pushed it right.
Oops.
Whoopsies. I don't have a good read on this game. I'm kind of floating in the wind here. Minnesota.
Over.
Yeah, I could get on board with that. The total. I haven't been reading these totals.
55.5.
Huge.
Tied for the biggest of the week, I believe.
Yeah.
With LAKC and the game we're about to get to next.
What's it? I like to look at last week and overreact to just what the final score says. So if he just makes that 37-yard field goal, are they favored in this game because they're 1-1? What's the perception? Like, I don't. Something so small like that. They took the Cardinals on the road to who we think are good to the end of the game. I mean,
I love Minnesota here. I think they went outright.
I think
the
that's
likelihood.
what
I mean,
I'm
it's
trying
been
to talk myself into.
Their first 2 weeks have been so close. The likelihood that again, this game is projected to be close, and they come out on the wrong side of that coin toss 3 weeks in a row, it just seems impossible to me. So if the book is right and the game is close, I see Minnesota winning the game.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm trying to talk myself into also. I think they've hung with two fairly good teams. I don't know about Cincinnati, but Arizona, everyone seems to think that they're for real. They took them to the very end and had a field goal to win it. I think at home I will also take Minnesota, and I don't hate money line there. Get a little plus money on them winning the game. Go ahead with the afternoon, most likely Fox game of the week.
It is.
Has to be.
NFC Championship preview potentially, as projected by most, I would imagine.
Talk dirty to me.
We got Tampa Bay -1.5 going to L.A., going to SoFi to play the Rams. Total is 55.5. Projects to just be an orgasmic game of football. We're all going to be winners at the end of this one, I think, folks.
I quite biased. I'll let you start on this game.
I can't really get. I think these teams are very evenly matched. I think they're both very, very, very good football teams. This is like the Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde version of the Atlanta Giants game. These teams are just evenly matched, and it just seems like picking hairs, trying to find an advantage for one team. I guess my lean would be that the Rams are at home and they're underdogs. In a situation like that, I would just take the home underdog. I assume you're going to pick the Rams as well. Maybe not. I would lean Rams, I think. Tom Brady, though. People forget about Tom Brady, though.
Yeah. I mean, when a spread is one, I mean, you're basically just picking who's going to win the game. You can not always disregard the 1.5. Very few occasions. I think this is one that the Rams really, really want. It can go a long way for home field later in the year. It could go a long way for the headspace later in the year. We've seen Tom Brady-led teams not care as much about early season games. They have one thing in mind, and that is the postseason. So a game in September is not gonna cause them any lost sleep. I think with a new quarterback in a team that is, I don't know if they're still trying to find their identity with the new quarterback. I think he's going to throw a ton. Darrell Henderson's probably going to be out. I think it's a case he can make as front runner for MVP. I think there's a lot of factors working in Stafford and the Rams' favor there. And I'll take the Rams. I think they pull it out in a very high-scoring, close game.
They've absolutely hit the ground running. Matt Stafford's looked incredible the first 2 weeks.
Yeah.
They haven't missed
He's great.
a beat.
He's awesome.
He's a really good quarterback.
He played in Detroit and beat no one cared, but he's fantastic.
He's a great quarterback. Good player. God. Feels like in a toss-up game, just not picking Tom Brady is stupid. So I struggle with that.
Tom Brady's such a sicko. You remember last year the Saints beat them twice in the regular season, beat them both home and road, and then played them again in the playoffs, and they just beat the shit out of them.
Hard to beat a team 3 times. I've heard that before.
Tom's such a sicko that he would never let someone win, but having those mental games where the next time around he can.
But also, you got to have your guys. You don't want your guys. You don't want the non-Tom Brady guys thinking they can't beat him, though. But they just won the Super Bowl. They think they can beat anybody.
They know. That's a stupid theory thing. But Tom is a sicko, and he's a witch, and he's a warlock, and he's of magical descent. And I won't be told otherwise.
Give me the wizardry. Give me Tampa Bay here. Give me Tampa Bay. Switch me. I don't know if you put me down for LA. Switch me to Tampa Bay.
I will put you on Tampa Bay. I'll take the Rams because I'm a loser, Homer Fish. And we'll move to Carrie Underwood on Sunday night. Green Bay at San Francisco. A rematch of the championship game 2 years ago where San Francisco kicked the shit out of them. 19?
Yeah.
3.5-point favorites, the 49ers at home. I was kind of surprised by that. Seems...
Neither of these teams have lived up to their expectations going into the year. Seems like too many against Aaron Rodgers.
I agree.
Seems
San
like too many.
Got it done though. They've won. They've survived in advance.
Have they covered either week? Did they cover last week? They for sure didn't cover week 1.
They didn't cover week 1. They played. Yeah, no, they did cover against the Eagles. They were like 3 or 3.5 on the road. They won by like 7.
Yep, they did. The
Packers haven't looked good. Don't get me wrong.
Second half, they seem to figure it out. I mean, it's against the Lions, but second half, they looked like they were firing on all cylinders.
Yeah.
Aaron Jones had, 4 touchdowns? 3 touchdowns?
He did, yes.
I mean, that's R.I.P. to my fantasy team, am I right? Anyway, moving on from that,
Let's quickly move on from that.
Green Bay 49ers. I don't know.
I'll take Aaron Rodgers. I'll take 3.5 with Aaron Rodgers, I think. In a regular season game, I'm not going to get too fancy. Here, I do like San Francisco's roster. I think Green Bay is also good. I'll take 3.5 with Rodgers. Sue me.
I'll join you. Green Bay. The Green Bay defense seemed to figure a few things out in that Monday night game. They were kind of flying around, obviously, a little bit more than they were in week 1. I'll roll with Aaron Rodgers in the pack as well.
Yeah, 3.5. The hook just really inviting. Right. I don't know. It's easy. It's easy for the same two teams that played in that big game for that to get stuck in your mind. Like, oh, they'll probably just run it all over them again. Like, it's 2 years ago. I don't know. I'll just take the first ballot Hall of Fame quarterback and take the 3.5. Let's go to Monday night. The NFC least, am I right? Philly at Dallas. Dallas is a 4-point favorite. The total in this game is something I'm going to tell you shortly. 52. Could be fun.
Should be. So
I can also see it being like a really NFC East shitty game.
So Dallas, that was the worst game of the week they just played in. Philly plays a style that is conducive to very ugly football. They are not a team that is able to move it very well vertically down the field. They are a little challenged in that area. They have a quarterback who can't really throw, so that's a problem for them.
I've been somewhat pleasantly surprised with Jalen Hurts. Still don't think he can throw, but he's better than I thought he would be at this point of his career, I think.
We are slowly trickling into Philly as who we thought they were territory, I think. I think my take is going to come to fruition here.
I don't know, man.
They lost to San Francisco last week. They could not move the ball for shit. The offense was stuck in mud. I like Dallas here. I think they win by about a touchdown. I think it's sort of a mucked up. I like the under, and I like Dallas.
I think I'm on Philly. I'm going to go with Philly. I think that their defensive front will be able to slow down Zeke and Pollard. Amari Cooper, not sure if he's going to be able to play. He had, I think, bruised ribs or something. I hope might suit up, but could be limited. I think Gallup's already out, so they're depleted on the offensive side. Should be a very fun offensive line, defensive line matchup when Dallas has the ball. I am worried that their quarterback is much better. But I think division matchup, just NFC East in it up, 3-point game, probably comes down to the last possession. It just means more. Throw the records out. It just means more. I'll take the points in this spot. It is Dallas' home opener, though. Don't love that for whatever that's worth.
I don't think Philly's very good. I'm going to keep
that's fair.
Hammering that point home.
And
they haven't really proved me wrong yet. I like the Cowboys. They got a good unit. I'd imagine we're not going to see as many penalties as we saw. I mean, that was such a weird game last week. It's hard to really parse much data other than both teams are kind of undisciplined and maybe the refs were a little up their own ass.
A little trigger happy.
A little up their own ass.
No one's here to see you, pal.
Yeah. They just want to get a few shots up, I think. Wanted to get some reps in. Maybe the head official had been working out, thought he'd look a little bit jacked for the camera, wanted to get some screen time.
Why is it? I'm going to go Philly, you're going to go Dallas. Why is every official just a meathead?
Dude, they're in great shape. I don't know. They're I don't know. Who is that one college ref that
they
is
travel? So the college
that
refs,
one college ref that is like, I mean, he's built like John Cena.
A lot of them don't. I mean, they travel around to these games. And I'm under the impression that they just like use the facilities at the school and like lift in the weight room like while they're like I don't know all of them. No, I mean
not all of them. Some of them
there's
are.
So many that are just incredibly like action figure huge.
What is that college ref's name? Did Ed Hochuli retire? I feel like he doesn't call games anymore.
His son refs games, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Jacked college football ref. It already fills in. Someone else has searched it. Yeah, this fucking guy. This guy too, but not this guy.
Oh my God. Where are we at here? Will you put these pictures in for the 15 people that might watch this? That's generous, probably.
Yeah, I can. I need to remember.
You don't have to.
What
Easy for me to say.
This guy.
Oh my God.
What is this guy?
Give it a rest, dude.
Jacked enormous college. What is this website? News.com.au. Sick.
Seems official.
What the fuck?
This is riveting podcasting.
I don't know.
That's why you got to come to the YouTube page to see all the great visuals we're putting up on the screen right now. Good God. Like, why, dude? You've done it. You're there.
Yeah, this guy called the college football national title game. He's a fucking house.
Just a specimen of like a 45-year-old man.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Barrel-chested.
Anyway,
let's
talk super lock.
Looks like he could
am not
take a
good
frying
at this.
pan, bend it in half.
You're 2-0 in super locks. I'm 0-2.
I'm a fucking sharp. Wes. I don't know what to tell you.
My record's better than yours on the season, but you are 2-0 in super locks for whatever that's
Here's
worth.
the thing: I'm not betting all these games. I'm betting the ones I'm sure about. Okay. And on those games.
Well, what games are you sure about this week? What's your
The game that I'm most sure about? My lock of the week is the Las Vegas Raiders -3.5 at home against the Dolphins. That Dolphins offense is anemic. They're going to have Tua hurting for a squirting, baby. He is going to be put out of commission. Give me Las Vegas, baby.
Did you say hurting for a squirting?
Let's not talk about it.
I mean, I don't want to pick the same game as you, but I also love that game.
Too late. I got it first.
Do you want to make some sort of a rule that we can't pick the same game?
I mean, look, dude, we're sharps. We have a lot of integrity with our picks here. No, I don't care. You can pick that if you want.
Nah, I'm not going to pick that. I'm going to go fool me once, fool me twice. I'm going to go, actually, they were nice to me last week. I'm going to go with Tennessee -5.5.
I thought about that too. So the three games I thought about were those two and Arizona -7 against Jacksonville. Those are the three games that stood out to me as locks. I will probably be betting all three of those games.
And you went with?
I went with
Las
Vegas
Vegas
-3.5.
All right, let's do. We both survived in advance last week. We were both
I'll
on the
say
Browns
this.
in Survivor.
If you're in a Survivor pool and you're out already, you're a total fucking idiot.
Yeah, what are we doing?
The picks have been so easy. If you
survive and advance.
If you couldn't have found a correct pick these first 2 weeks, don't play next year. You're a total fucking idiot.
You're paying the rake. You're burning money.
You're a fucking idiot.
I mean, what could the games have even been?
I don't know what you would have picked the first 2 weeks. I know the pool that I'm in. There's a bunch of people that are out. It's just impossible. Just impossible.
You could have picked the Chiefs last week.
Could have picked the Chiefs. Could have picked Cleveland. Could have picked.
No.
Last week.
Last week to lose. I don't know.
I don't know.
There was 12-point favorites.
A lot of people picked the Packers in week 1 against the Saints. There was just so many better games to pick. So many better games to pick. And the game to pick here, let's not overthink it, folks. The game that will be the number one most picked game, I would assume, is Denver to beat the Jets. Who you got?
Denver
to beat the Jets. Don't overthink it.
Let's pick the team playing the Jets every week.
I would assume you haven't picked Denver yet. You might. I mean, they played two bad teams. I guess you could have, but you probably haven't.
On the road,
This is by far the best spot you're going to get Denver in all year. You got to pick Denver. You got to
burn your Denver card now. Yeah, there's so many other.
Some of these other big spreads.
Arizona, I just don't.
Arizona's a better team
this
than
early
Denver.
in the year. Why do it on the road?
You'll be able to find a better spot. They're on the road. Cleveland and Chicago, don't love that spot. Baltimore on the road at Detroit.
On the road, you just don't need to.
They're going to play the Bengals. They're going to play some other bad teams. They're going to play, I'd assume, either the Texans or the Jags at some point this year. You're just going to be able to find better spots. The AFC West, it's shaping out to be one of the best divisions in the league. Go Denver here. Best spot you're going to get them in. I guarantee they win the game.
Stupid.
Guarantee they win the game. So.
Guarantee?
Guarantee. That's my lock of the week. Denver money line. -450.
That's bold. I've heard word on the street is you only bet sure things.
That is as close as it gets, folks.
All right. That'll do it for the show, I think.
Got any quick 5 minutes? Got any quick Ryder Cup bets?
Ooh.
Got any quick Ryder Cup?
So it's
I don't even know how you bet the Ryder Cup.
So it's interesting.
What do you bet?
You could bet. So the Team USA is, I think the best I've seen is like minus 185, minus 190 to win. And they have to, so the defending champ is Europe. The U.S. has to, they can't, a tie, Europe retains the cup. So they have to win. They cannot tie. They have to win. So they're minus 186, I think I saw. And I think they're going to win. I like that. Top to bottom, they're just way better. But they always are. And they're 2-7 in the last 9 Ryder Cups. It's been bad. They consistently have better players, and they consistently lose. But this course, Whistling Straits, is a bomber's paradise, which is what the USA is the best at.
American muscle,
America.
baby.
They've got all the horses to dominate that track, and I think they win. So probably the most fun way to bet it is to pick top point scores for either each team or combined. I can pull up so Justin Thomas is probably going to be the top in odds along with. So Europe is fairly thin. They have star power. They have John Rahm. They have Rory McIlroy. They have Victor Hovland, and they're going to play probably every session. While the U.S. has the luxury of kind of swapping some guys in and out, so that they might get a lean there as far as point getters. Let me pull up hopefully the point scores. Anyway, I like to come off the top guys. It's probably going to be Spieth and Thomas as the favorites to win points. It's going to be important. So the early session Friday is probably going to be alternate shot, and you want to have someone who is playing in that. So obviously they have a chance to play all 5 sessions. Math. Obviously they have a chance to win.
Play more, score better,
win more points. So I'm
higher,
hoping that Morikawa or Xander Schauffele are playing in that early morning session. I'm thinking they usually play Spieth and Justin Thomas together, and I wouldn't be surprised if they went out in alternate shot first. And then I'm probably looking to play top point scorer for the U.S. in whoever's in that second group that first morning in alternate shot, whether it could be Bryson, it could be Xander, Cantlay, any of those. All right, I have. So USA points, the favorite is Justin Thomas. DJ's second, Cantlay's third, Schauffele is fourth. Man, where is... Ooh. If Morikawa goes out or Bryson goes out in alternate shot, I love them at 9-1 to be the top point scorer for the U.S. I don't think Harris English, Daniel Berger, Scotty Scheffler will play enough to score enough points. Finau was very good in Paris 2 years ago. If he goes out in alternate shot early, that could be another one. He's 10-1 to lead the U.S. in points. So one of those 3 probably, Bryson, Morikawa, or Finau to lead them in points, I think is pretty solid.
Let's break this down. Give me 3 picks. 3 picks for the people.
I'm going Colin Morikawa to lead the top point score for the United States, and maybe I also like a little sprinkle on top point score overall. For the Europeans, I think they have a pretty set top 3 that's going to play a ton. I also think that Paul Casey will play a ton. So if he's out early on Friday in the first session, Paul Casey to lead the European team in points. I like that. I think he's going to play in all 5 sessions, and also is a sneaky longer hitter that could play well at Whistling Straits. And then I think guy for guy, this is the most lopsided Ryder Cup in recent memory. I think Rahm is the number 1 player from Europe, number 1 player in the world. The next 9 or 10 are all American players in the world rankings. I think matchup for matchup, any way you slice it, we have no idea how they're going to be matched up on Sunday. I think the U.S. to win singles is a very good bet. So win more points in the 12 singles matches Sunday. I think they're just hands down skill set better for the course, better overall. I mean, Europe has Lee Westwood and Bernd Wiesberger at the back of their lineup. I mean, just like guys that are just totally overmatched. I think U.S. to win the Sunday singles is probably my favorite bet. And then, sprinkle Morikawa, Paul Casey.
Morikawa, Casey, USA singles.
Love Colin Morikawa. Dude's game fits any player. He can match up with anyone. Just superstar player.
Get on it.
Going to win a shitload of points.
Get on it.
Golf. We need more golf on this podcast. Let's talk more golf. Maybe that's a segment. 5 minutes of golf.
Wes's Golf Corner. We get that going. I can just sit here and have my eyes glaze over. Be like,
I will.
Those are all people.
So Thursday night, this is one thing the Ryder Cup gets right is they do a live not draft, but you have to put out your team.
Selection Sunday sort of situation.
So the 12-man Sunday show for Sunday is electric. You go back and forth. You nominate a guy, the other team gets to match your guy, match up, and then you go. Then they swap back and forth, and it's gamesmanship. It's who's matching up with who's going out first. It's awesome.
I've never been that into golf. I would say since I've been living with you, I've gotten just more aware of it, into it. I think I will be into the Ryder Cup.
People forget I hit a hole-in-one. Big into golf.
Wes hit a hole-in-one. People forget that.
People 2 weeks ago. Not to brag. One more thing before we go. Bryson and Brooks, you're not as into golf as I am, obviously. I'm very deep in the weeds. They have a long, even non-golf people might know about their
I would say a lot of people
rivalry.
That are into sports on the internet probably have a
the whole
general
Brooksy,
idea.
They have this feud going on for like a year now. There's been, I don't know if it's just to get the boys going, get the vibes right. They've been talking on the range. They've been playing nice. Bryson even teased something fun coming up in the near future. I don't think they would be referring to the Ryder Cup. I think they're going to do like a match type thing on TV. But if they pair those two guys together for a Ryder Cup match, I'll combust. I'll melt. It will be must-see TV. I will watch. Well, there wouldn't be any football on. I would watch that over college football on Saturday. I would need to see it.
College football kind of stinks.
It does. I'm so not into it. Is that bad?
I love the pageantry, but God, it's bad football.
Jeez, just like
it is fun because of the weird, crazy variants of the games.
Just like play it better, though. You know,
man,
kind of like college and NBA. Just like they're just better at it.
Yeah, but we don't have that much time to talk about this. But goddamn.
So
betting college football, the quarterbacks all suck so goddamn
bad quarterbacks.
They suck so goddamn fucking bad. All right, let's get out of here. We've talked enough. We've talked Ryder Cup. We've given our week 3 thoughts for the NFL. Again, we would really appreciate if you can share, interact with all this on social media.
Give me your Ryder Cup takes. Thursday, when is that? It's Thursday night. I'll tweet out once we have the pairings I'll tweet out some Ryder Cup picks, my official, because I'm a little fringy on who's going to be playing. Very important that you get someone going out early Friday to win most points.
Get Wes a follow on Twitter. It's right down here. It's right in the description.
Follow at TNF Productions on Twitter. I'll give my final thoughts on the Ryder Cup.
Yep. All right. That's it. That's all.
See you next week.
Goodbye, my friends. What is that from?
It's from a little show called Out of the Box. So long, farewell.
We're not my friends. Copyright strike.
Yeah.
We don't have enough people watching this for them to give a fuck.
Nobody cares.
Okay. Bye. See
you
ya
next time.
Later. Good pod. Mwah.